So for my collaboration, I'm doing Selfridges featuring Christian Louboutin. I decided to pick both of those because they're both of the luxury end of the market, so they're quite similar, but they've not done a collaboration together. So although Selfridges does already stock Louboutin, they've not done a specific product together. So Christian Louboutin is Paris style meets Italian craftsmanship is their ethos. It was founded in the early 1990s, so it's a fairly new brand in comparison to Selfridges. Christian Louboutin is a French designer who creates the classic French style. So obviously Parisians are known for their fashion and interesting style. So by taking the Italian craftsmanship and the quality, they're adding to the French style, so it can sit in the luxury end of the market and it's justified. They sell luxurious men's and women's shoes, accessories, leather goods, and they've recently launched their makeup, which is fairly expensive. It's £65 for a lipstick. So they're trying to branch out into the different areas, but this one will focus mainly on the women's shoes rather than the whole range they do. Selfridges, so that was founded in 1909 by Harry Gordon Selfridge. Mr. Selfridge is obviously an ITV programme that's been created around the story of Selfridges and how it was founded. So that's created a lot of interest globally on Selfridges. So although it is only within the UK, it does have partners abroad because it's owned by the Weston family. So there's other stores in Ireland, Canada and Dubai, I believe. Harry Gordon Selfridge was very big on everyone is welcome. So in the early 1900s, if you didn't have money, you weren't allowed in a store. You had to show your wealth before you were allowed in, whereas Selfridges was the first department store to actually allow everybody in. So he didn't want to just make it exclusive to people who had money. So they have the Just Add Yellow, so it's a recognisable brand, so it's the yellow and black logo. It's been voted the best department store in the world for the last 3 years running, and obviously it sells luxurious products as well as some high streets. They've recently started stocking H&M Home as well as Primark, so it's kind of more varied. So it is a luxury brand, but it does also have the affordable element as well, unlike Louboutin. Okay, so why? I've decided to collaborate the two brands because it will give the customers the exclusivity. So a lot of the Louboutin customers will probably already shop with Selfridges, it's safe to assume, because they do stock them in store. It could also encourage new customers, so if someone hasn't necessarily heard of Louboutin, might encourage Selfridges customers to go and explore and look into their brand. And it also creates a brand for like London meets Paris theme, so that was the theme I was going for, because obviously Selfridges was founded in London and Louboutin was founded in Paris, so it's trying to bring the two together and create a whole buzz around the collaboration. So I've decided to call the shoe the Loubridges shoe. So it's a combination of Louboutin and Selfridges, obviously. It's exclusive to Selfridges and also Louboutin online. So it won't actually be stocked in the Louboutin stores, only Selfridges and Louboutin online. This is to try and create the exclusive feel, because obviously it is a luxurious brand, so it's to try and create the buzz. It will still have the famous red sole, but in black on the back it will have Selfridges & Co printed on the bottom part. So I did think about maybe having the sole as yellow, but didn't want to lose the brand identity because obviously it's associated with the red sole. So the actual inner sole of the shoe will be yellow rather than the normal tan colour, so it's still creating the association with Selfridges as well as the branding on the bottom. So it will be launched in the Selfridges London store in the Louboutin boutique. So upstairs on the in the women's shoe department, I've actually got the menswear in there as well, but it's a whole boutique. So as you go in, it's got the makeup in front of you, and then to the left there's the women's, which is on all quirky stands, and then to the right it's got the menswear boutique. So again, it's with the London meets Paris theme. So I thought about putting an Eiffel Tower in store and hanging the Louboutins off like the framework, just to try and display it in a different way. French music and maybe a bistro, so like French aperitifs, is it? Things like that, and maybe in terms of creating a buzz around it on social media, they did used to do the love locks on the bridge in Paris, so wondered about doing a collaboration with that, having the Louboutin locks and then you writing your name on it and then sticking it on the Eiffel Tower. So it just kind of brings the whole London and Paris together because it will be in the London store. In terms of advertising, exclusive invite to VIPs. So if you've shopped with Selfridges or Louboutin before, they do capture your data. So they will be able to invite their current customers who already shop with them by contacting them. In terms of celebrities, I wanted to collaborate with Marion Cotillard because obviously she's French and she's very famous within the UK now. She's growing in popularity and she's around the right age bracket, so I thought she might be quite a good celebrity to choose. Email invitations obviously from the customer capture. Social media, countdown on both the Selfridges and the Louboutin website just to create the social media buzz, and also maybe create a window display because Selfridges are famous for their window displays, so they do create a lot of excitement and social media advertising around the window displays. I do actually have a video, but I can put it on the wrong slide. I'll do it now. So this is their video for one of the windows they created. It's actually a food one, but it's just to give you an example.
I'm really passionate about giving people to look again and realise what they take for granted in terms of food. We do magical things with food. So this project is Lost London, one of some of the greatest buildings that have been lost to war, fire damage, and to fire. And this is really the buildings that have existed before, so architects and municipal ideas, and we're creating all of it out of gingerbread. The guy at Escapade doing an amazing job putting the gingerbread on the face of the finish. We're working with guys that made the snow for Harry Potter films to do the snow all around the malls. Tate and Lyle had a common goal to make it all happen. We're going to take all those beautiful Tate and Lyle pins and turn them into all sorts of other items, boats, planes, cars, kind of toys that you might be thinking. Doing it in terms of edible gingerbread is an enormous challenge. We're really going about things the hardest way possible.
There's no point in doing it if you don't do it the proper way. Can't wait to see people walk by and go, wow, look at that.
If I was a kid aged 5 and I saw it in the window, just overawed.
Getting something in Selfridges window is so exciting for us, and we've been trying to do it for years.
So that was just to give you an example of the sort of window displays they would normally do. How do I get off that? So obviously back to the window displays, they create a lot of buzz using the London shop front because it's such a wide space. So by maybe creating a similar look to the actual shop floor, so with the Eiffel Tower and the love locks, you could recreate something within the window to try and encourage people to maybe look into it that haven't actually had the invitation and things like that. So in terms of strengths, it creates the exclusive feeling for customers because it's already a luxurious brand. It's quite important to justify why the collaboration. Weakness is they may not like the style of the shoe because obviously the Louboutin is a classic style. They might not want any print on it, and also the loss of identity to the red sole. If it's got writing on the back of it, may not necessarily want to buy it. Opportunities, it may encourage customers who are loyal to either Selfridges or Louis Vuitton to shop with the other one. So international customers for Louis Vuitton may want to look into Selfridges if they're in the UK, if they've not necessarily heard of them. And it's also advertising for them globally. A threat could be the competitive collaborations that Selfridges already do. So they are actually currently doing one with Jimmy Choo, which is exclusive to Selfridges. So I think it would be important to have a big launch in that sense to try and promote it, because they haven't done as much promotion with the Jimmy Choo range. So just to try and create more buzz from the collaboration. Yeah.
Okay. Any questions from the floor?
Do you have an idea of what price the shoe would be?
So I've done it based on the So Kate shoe, so they're £455. So it probably would be a similar price, because they don't tend to increase the price just because it's an exclusive shoe. So it would still be the same price for them.
Any more?
I can't remember if you said or not, but when would it be launched?
Oh, summer 2017.
Lovely. Actually, should we have a quick break?
Okay.
Yeah, go and get a coffee, and then we'll do your good self photo, okay? So have a break, go for